You may have heard of horse whisperers, but is there a you whisperer? I'm Dave Crenshaw, and it's time to pick Dave's brain. This week's question comes from Angela in Knoxville, Tennessee. There are so many experts with conferences and seminars in my industry. How can I know which one to choose? Or are they all the same, and once you've learned from one, it's a waste of money to continue? That's a great question, Angela. It's something I see with a lot of people in a variety of industries. There are just so many options, and they kind of get into this seminar addiction where I just have to go to every conference this year. The first thing that I would ask you to consider is, what's the result that you're trying to achieve? Just filling up your mind with all sorts of random knowledge in and of itself is not a virtue. Instead, as an entrepreneur, you need to be focused with your time. So the question is, of all the available options, which of them get you that result? Also, you want to consider how many conferences you can actually attend and still take action on what you're learning. I believe the point at which you should stop attending conferences or working with an expert is the point at which you can no longer take action on what you're learning because you already have too much to do. If you fill yourself up with more and more things to do and you're still falling behind on the stuff that you learned from the last conference, that's a good sign it's time to slow way down. But there's a deeper question that you're asking here, Angela. What you're really wanting to know is, who should I work with? Which of all these available options is the best one for me? And the answer is the Angela Whisperer. Now, what that means is there are lots of different people sharing things in different ways. It may not necessarily be unique, but they may speak in a way that speaks best to you. The goal is to find someone who helps you move forward and take action. There's no absolute truth when it comes to business. This isn't a moral question. The question is, what works best for you? And then begin that relationship of student and teacher with that person for as long as it provides value to you. Also, there's nothing wrong with working with one person for a long period of time and then getting to a point where you say, you know what? I've learned a lot from you, and now it's time to move on to someone else. It doesn't mean that that person stopped being a good teacher or mentor for you. It just meant that you reached that point where it was time for you to evolve somewhere else. I've often done that with many of my clients, moving from either them working with me and then to someone else, or the other way around. They wanted something new, and so they began working with me. That's a great question, Angela, and if you would like to pick Dave's brain, all you need to do is click on the button underneath this video, or go to davecrenshaw.com/ask, and there you can ask me your burning question.